Hey everyone and welcome to part 51. I think I'll begin by going to Freeze Land and trying to get some money under my belt by doing the Monzaemon trick again. I've lost count of how many times I've done it in this challenge. The only difference is this time I'm not quite doing it to the point where I maximise my money. I'm just doing it to get to a high amount. I'll do it a fair few times, but okay, didn't expect that. Good thing the old Digimon didn't go into me. I'll probably do it until I would say until Sukamon needs to sleep, but that's actually very soon. I'll do it. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna do it for, but I'm not gonna. I'm not sure, but I'm just gonna see. Although this time I'm probably going to, rather than show you everything like I did when doing the Digimon trick in the previous part, I think I'm probably gonna skip out the money tricks. I don't want to bore you to death. And we're there with all of that, though this time it's only 82, so I only had 82 medium recoveries, but did it. That's that done, so we'll head back and sell them and turn them into money, and then replace them with 99 medium recoveries and go again. Now, I believe it's the 14th day, which means that tomorrow is the 15th day, which means the rain plant is going to be back. And this time we need to be sure that we do not miss it, like I did last time. So, when Sukamon needs to sleep, which is soon, I'll probably, when I do sleep, when I decide that I've done the money trick enough times, I'll probably sleep, literally right in front of where the rain plant appears. At least that way I shouldn't forget about it or overlook it. Might as well buy the other stuff as well. Medium H please, and the autopilot comes to 50,000, plus a 2,000 from Drimogemon. 52,000, you get 198,000 for doing the trick, a profit of 146,000, I'm sure I've mentioned it before. It probably will be smart to save frequently, because I don't actually know when Sukamon is going to fade away. And I don't want to use sea basses unnecessarily, but then I don't want to fade away after doing the money trick, because that would be annoying. Well, there's that safe. I'll give him a sea bass. I say like I said, I'm not sure when he's fading away. As soon as he was hungry, I thought I'd feed it to him because I want to be able to do the money trick a few times. So with that sea bass, we will be able to if we weren't already able to. You can see he does need to sleep, but I'm not going to sleep just yet. I will try my best to do this trick a few more times. So yeah, in the tournament I mentioned in the previous video, I mentioned how I think Filth Digimon are the worst, and yeah, that is how I feel. I think that Filth Digimon are the worst. I think they're very underpowered, and I think that Machine Digimon are the best. I think they're very overpowered. You know, I've done this again. Got another 99 super defense discs that were medium HPs. But yeah, I think Machine Digimon are the most powerful. I think they're the most overpowered because they have full power, which is the most effective stat boosting technique. They have DG Dimension, which is the most powerful move in the game. They have Or Range Beam, which is probably the hardest move to interrupt. It attacks all Digimon and does high damage. They have Delete Program, which flattens a lot and is quite fast and quite powerful. Well, it's not fast, but it is powerful and does flatten a lot. Devolve Program's not very good. Metal Splinter's not very good. Pulse Laser's alright. But the key thing is full power, the most effective like stat boosting move, not to mention DG Dimension, which is the most powerful attack, and I think machine techniques are generally more powerful than others. With Filth Digimon, they've got no stat boosting move, and they've got generally the weakest attacks. I mean, the strongest Filth move, Ultimate Poop Bomb, does 333 damage. You know, Giant Poop Throw does, I think, like about 200. The Giant Poop Toss, whatever it is, I think does about this. I think it's the same. But then literally all the others are like well under 200, if I'm remembering correctly. Because Horizontal Kick and Skunk Spray are both under 100. Then you've got like literally all the others that are like 100 and something. So Filth moves are generally the weakest. They're not particularly good at damage when it comes to like status damage, because although some of them poison, they don't poison very frequently. Horizontal Kick is pretty much useless. Skunk Spray is pretty much useless. Ultimate Poop Bomb is very slow and easy to interrupt. I think all the things like Random Poop Throw and Giant Poop Toss and all things, I think it's useless. I think the Filth moves, not only are they the weakest, but I think they have like the worst accuracy. They're the like easiest to interrupt and are very bad to interrupt in. I just think Filth Digimon are the worst. I think Earth Digimon are pretty good with how their attacks like damage status so effectively, and air attacks are pretty powerful, ice attacks are pretty powerful, but probably have to say Machine's probably the best. There we are again. Yeah, I am skipping it out every time. I don't want to bore you to death. You've had to watch me do a lot of tedious repetitive stuff, and I can sympathise with you because I'm the one who's had to do this. So if it's boring for me, it's probably boring for you. So my favourite Digimon would have to be Mega Seadramon, because obviously I got the Mega Seadramon who's over 100 on one of my memory cards, and so by having him alive for that long, keeping him alive for that long, kind of caused me to grow a bit of a companion with him. And obviously he's an Ice Digimon, and I have to admit I do like his attacks. I like Ice Needle because of how quick and interrupting it is. I like Ice Statue. Ice Statue is probably my favourite attack in the game, with it being fast, powerful, and interrupting. Aura Freeze is a good one as well, although it's better against multiple targets. See, my favourite Digimon, obviously Mega Speedrun, and so that kind of makes Ice my favourite type, although I do consider Machine to be the most overpowered. I'm not sure if I know or could give an opinion on like the best types to the worst. I've said Machine's probably number one. I'd say Earth is probably second because of how persistent that the techniques are at damaging status, causing status harm. They can really like damage you. Ice is probably, actually I'd say Air probably third, Ice fourth, Fire fifth, Battle sixth, Filth last. Have I forgotten about a nature? But that's probably the order. I don't know if I've forgotten about a nature, but that's probably the order in my opinion. Even though Ice is my favourite, I don't consider it to be the best. Although, I do think Ice Statue is the best attack in the game. The power that it has, the speed that it has, it causes paralysis frequently. I think the MP is very good for what the move is. I think I may have gone into the wrong area. I have. Ice Statue is hard to interrupt, it's good at interrupting. I am going to need to give another Sea Bass, it seems. Okay, I've needed to give a Sea Bass. I don't trust myself. I think he is going to fade away. And here we are, done. The downside of reducing the discipline is how he keeps declining the autopilot, and I have to scold him and then bring the discipline back up. If I can succeed at getting a Coral Charm, and if I can get Mega Seadramon, then maybe I should intentionally have my discipline lower, because the plan would be to then try and get the Red Ruby from winning the version 0 tournament, and then because obviously Phoenixmon would come in handy. So obviously I would need another Sukamon between the Mega Seadramon and Phoenixmon, so that means care mistakes are again mandatory. Lower the discipline, the quicker they happen. So I'm over 600,000, which is good. But considering I gave him a Sea Bass, I would like to make the most of that and get the extra couple of hours that I have, if I have an extra couple of hours. Which means going back at least once more. If anyone can win the S tournament with a Filth Digimon, or win the S tournament with either a Sukamon or Numamon, then I salute you. I changed from I said Filth Digimon, but then I changed to Sukamon and Numamon because obviously Nanimon is a Filth Digimon and he's slightly less useless. Here we are, done again. Yeah, Nanimon's a bit less useless because he has Battle as a nature, so he is a bit less useless. But if you can win the S tournament with a Sukamon or Numamon, then I salute you. If you can maximise your stats, it might be possible, but then Sukamon would probably Digivolve to Etamon, and Numamon would probably Digivolve to Monzaemon, if you were to do that. Debating whether I should stop there, yeah, call it quits, because I do have a good amount of money now. I'm gonna save regardless of what I do. Yeah, I've decided to stop with Monzaemon for now. Saving in there was a bit pointless, seeing as I'm now saving and sleeping, but let's not question that. Okay, the rain plant is mine. I'm not making the same mistake I made last time. Rain plant is mine, which means that Vegemon is going to be mine, which means a Super Carrot is going to be mine, which means Monzaemon is going to join the city. Bring the prosperity up to 96 with Vegemon and Monzaemon. Yeah, I've got a good amount of money again, so I'm not going to do the Monzaemon trick, at least not at the moment. Instead, I'm going to the Dragon Eye Lake, and I have the dreaded chore of trying to get the Coral Charm. Now, I don't know if it is completely randomised and completely a case of luck, or if maybe there's like an exact position where if you get it perfect you get a Coral Charm, but I've seen a video of somebody catching a Coral Charm. There is text, but it's not in English, so I don't know what it says, but I saw a video of somebody catching a Coral Charm. Okay, that was good timing there. And I'm going to try and get into the same sort of position that they got into and see if it changes anything, but I might just get bored and say stuff it and just accept the fact that it probably is a case of luck. At the moment though, I am going to be a bit picky with positioning and stuff, so that explains all of this. Okay, I've been hooked. Now I'm going to try that little tactic of, as said. Okay, I'm reeling in more than I should be. Mash the X button and hopefully something will catch on. I've probably reeled it in too far though. Didn't quite mean to do that, that was a bit of an accident. Need to practice a bit more. Okay, that was a bad example. If I do succeed, I'm likely going to just cut forward, cut out all the foul stuff. Okay, I'm hooked again, let's try again. I am pressing the X button. I'm just not reeling. I got an item, but it's yes! Yes! Fucking... Goodness me. Okay. Off camera, I gave him a Digi Seabass. Because I cut out all the fouled stuff, and so time has moved on a bit. So I had to give him a Seabass to keep him alive, so I got one less Seabass. I got a load of Omni Discs and Restores and Autopilots and Small Recoveries and Variouses and all that nonsense. But I've got the Coral Charm, and I am... It's absolutely fucking brilliant. I've got the Coral Charm. My plan worked well and I got a fair few items. I've got the Coral Charm. Thanks for watching and hope you enjoyed.